Hi everybody, I'm Liz Lamb-Farrow, brand manager for Magic the Gathering, and we're super excited this year to be able to bring to you Magic 2015 Duels of the Planeswalkers. One of the things our fans have been asking us for time and time again is, when am I going to get full deck building? When am I going to be able to start from scratch, build the exact deck that I'm looking for? And we're delivering on that this year for our players and fans. So just to give you a brief background on the story, as we know in Magic 2015, we're checking out where our buddy Garrick Wildspeaker is, our Planeswalker Garrick Wildspeaker. And, he's a green Planeswalker, but he's been corrupted by Liliana Vess and the Curse of the Chain Veil. So he's now moved on from hunting large beasts and instead is hunting other planeswalkers, which, as we know in Magic, means he's hunting you. So pretty scary to have the best hunter in the multiverse on your tail. So let's take an overview look at what the game offers this year. So single player, of course, where you can challenge different foes and build your card collection and therefore your decks. Multiplayer is back this year, so you'll be able to play against up to 3 different opponents within your own platform. The shop, there are 2 ways that players can gain cards for their collection. One is through actual gameplay where they'll earn boosters, and another is through purchasing premium DLC in the actual store. The deck builder, which I'll show you here in a second, which is the awesome new feature for this year, along with the card collection, where you can splay all your cards out in front of you and see what you've got. Help and options, where for our more advanced players, if they want to be able to change their settings so that they can manually edit their lands within each deck, they can definitely do that here. And then the player profile. How have you been playing? How have you? What's your tendencies like? What's your card collection looking like? And how close are you to achieving all of the different achievements and titles that we have to offer this year? Store locator. That is one of the things that sets Magic apart from all of the other digital TCGs out there, is that you have these 2 incredible ways to play Magic. One on a digital console like you have here, which it'll be coming soon to a app store near you, on Xbox One, Xbox 360, PC via Steam, the Apple iPad, the Amazon Kindle, and Android via Google Play. But you can also go into any of the 6,000 stores that we have available globally, where you can play Magic every Friday night with friends from around the world. And then extras, where we'll check out some of the latest and greatest videos, that in-game videos that you'll be able to check out in Magic 2015. So why don't we check out the battlefield first, and then we'll get a sense of what's coming up next for us. So we're going to hop into the campaign. So this is the single-player campaign, and there are 5 different planes that a player can explore: Innistrad, Theros, Ravnica, Chandalar, and Zendikar. So let's check out a little bit of Innistrad here. One of the things you'll notice about Magic 2015 is that the artwork has this very high contrast black and white feel. So as you're playing against as you're getting ready to get into your next level, you might see a piece of art that you recognize, but definitely M15ified and treated in that very distinct look. So why don't we head back here to the boss battle? Let's check out Avacyn and see how we play. So let's check out the battlefield here as I take on Avacyn. So putting out my 3/2, she's probably going to block with her 3/3 flyer, but one of the things to note this year is Garrick's tribal markings take a big prominent stage here on the battlefield. The red zone is there, the attack zone, as a little nod to our Magic fans who use that slang term. Oh, she's putting out Staff of the Sun Mages. All right. So if I want to zoom in on a card that she's put out and understand a little bit more what it's doing, I can hover over it with the tooltip of my mouse, zoom in, and get a better look at it. And she's attacking, and that's a flyer, so obviously I can't block, so I'm just going to let her go ahead and do that. It's going to be a slow, painful death of 3/3 flyers. Something else to point out here for new players is that this year in your HUD, you can see that you've got 48 cards in your library, 4 cards in hand, 1 in your graveyard. So these little icons here make it really easy to understand how you're doing. You also have the stages of a turn, so you can see where you are in your turn, as well as your life counter bringing you down here, and then your actual counter right here. So I don't want to miss this land drop, so I'll get this, my forest out there. I think I'm going to hold off on Titanic Growth or Spider Spawning. I think I'm going to drop a Wandering Wolf instead. Now I know she's going to block and she's going to kill one of my guys, but I'm going to go in here and attack with all, and then confirm the attack. Yep, so she's going ahead and blocking my Child of the Night. But we got some damage in. Now it's looking a little bit more fair. But here you can see that I've won the match. And we're going to hit continue. And now we know where Garrick is off to. He's heading off to Theros. So now that we've defeated the boss battle on Innistrad, we can move on. So back here on the main menu, we'll move forward into decks, and then we'll check out the card collection. So we were playing with a green-black deck. Let's hop into that and check it out. We're going to edit this deck. So we've earned some cards through our gameplay. We've opened a couple of booster packs. We've been able to defeat some of the different levels within Innistrad and Theros. But now we want to check out this deck and say, let's make some modifications to it. So I want to see what's in my card collection first. So this top pane here, this is what the cards that are in your actual collection. Here on the lower half are the cards that are in the deck that you've pulled into the deck builder. So let's open up the card collection pane and understand a little bit more of what we've got. One of the great things about this deck builder is that it lets you filter for the exact card that you're looking for. So you can scroll left to right and see what cards you have in your deck, but you can also then filter them by creature. If you're looking for a creature or a sorcery that's an uncommon, maybe it's blue. You have one, and that's Chill of Foreboding. So you can take a look at what that is. So we're going to zoom back out. Let's keep looking for some new cards. So let's clear those filters. And let's go in here, now that we've instead of filtering them, sorting them by color, you can sort them by rarity, type, and cost. So it's almost like shopping for the perfect card that you're looking for your deck. So what rares we've got, unclick it, and it lets us go through there. So suggested cards are cards that you may not have taken a look at, but the cards that are best, what the AI believes to be the best fit for the deck that you've created. So you can see here we've got Nessie and Asp, Mischief and Mayhem, and the Malfield Twins. But you can also change that up and look for new cards. So if you had new cards that you had actually just recently acquired in the last match or so, since the last time you were in the deck builder, it would pull this up for you. So we're going to clear our filters. Now let's take a look at our deck down here. I'm going to take a couple of cards out, just kind of arbitrarily. So don't judge the cards I'm taking out. Remove them. Alright, so now we can take a look at the cards that we have in our deck. But if I'm not sure exactly what I want, I can evaluate how this deck is currently doing on the stats filter. So here you can see I've got how many creatures I've got, the number of spells, total number of cards in the deck. You are playing with a 60-card deck, so it does recommend a certain number of cards for you. Speed, strength, control, synergy. You can go below that, you can go above that, but it is going to tell you whether or not you should. It's your own edit at your own risk, so to speak. The mana curve is one of the hardest things for new players to understand, and so this year what we've been able to do is really illustrate why that's important for players. So they might not understand that, if I have a 6/6 creature and I can't get it out until turn 7, that's probably not a card that I want to have 3 or 4 of in my deck. So it'll help illustrate that mana curve for them. You can also see your color distribution, how evenly balanced you are within there. And then one of my favorite things is being able to go ahead and name the deck. So let's call this guy GameSpot Rules. And then let's go ahead and select the right deck box for this. Alright, let's get some Kiora. So we've named our deck GameSpot Rules. Obviously it's going to be an awesome deck here, so let's take a look at how we can have the AI help us out with that. So I'm not really sure what exactly I want to pull back from my collection into this deck, but one thing I can do is ask it to autocomplete for me. So the deck will be auto-completed based on the cards that I've already added to my collection, so I'm going to click autocomplete, and it'll go ahead and add them for me. Then I can hop back in here and check out what it did compared to before. So 36 total cards. It'll manually add the land for me unless I go into the settings and then ask it to change the land to manual edition so that it won't automatically add that land for me. So let's click done, and we're going to save and quit. Cool. Now what if I wanted to create a deck from scratch? So let's check out how I would do that. So I'll hop in here to custom deck. And then in looking through my collection, let's find the coolest card that I've got. So let's pull down Fido Titan. So if I wanted to build an entire deck around Fido Titan, how would I go ahead and do that? Well, I'm going to say autocomplete. And it'll autocomplete the entire deck for me based around this one card. So you can see what I've got in my deck here. So I've got 4 copies of the Necromancer's Assistant. You can see as cards change and the number of quantities you have, this little tab down here at the bottom will tell you exactly how many copies of that are in your deck. And there's our Fido Titan. Take a look at what this card can do. Alright, so we're going to zoom back out. 7-2, he's a big guy. Alright, we're going to hit done, and we're going to save and quit. Okay, so why don't we check out the cards that are in our collection? So we'll hop into the card collection. And here you can see the total percentage of cards we've collected. There are over 300 unique cards available to players this year, and with up to 4 copies of those, that adds up to quite a total number of cards you'll be able to get, over 1,000. So here you can view the cards by all. As you can see, there's a lot. I'm scrolling fast, I know. You can sort them by the plane that they will arrive to on, so Innistrad, or Theros, Ravnica, Chandelar, Zendikar, or even the premium cards that you'll be able to purchase. As you can check it out here, these are all grayed out versions of the cards we don't have yet. But for example, we do have like Reprisal, but we don't necessarily have Wall of Omens. Much like in the deck builder, we're able to also filter and sort by all the different types, the colors, the cost, rarity levels. You can change the view, so you can swap through them if you wanted to. So let's see how we've been playing. So let's hop into our player profile. So here you can see how many personas I've been able to unlock, number of achievements, the number of titles, number of cards in the collection. I've unlocked 84 out of 975. I will say though, depending upon when you how you start, there are different card amounts available to you. Let's check out the stats. So number of total time played, 27 minutes. Obviously I was flying through this game here, but you can also check out your progression and how many of the planes you've explored, how fully you've explored them, and how many multiplayer duels you've played in practice duels. So Magic 2015 Duels of the Planeswalkers is the absolute best way to start playing the world's best strategy game. Check it out. It'll be coming out probably around the same time as the Magic 2015 core set. Players and fans, both new and more experienced, will be thrilled with what they get from this game. We're looking to compare price-wise approximately to what it was last year, but players are still getting great value in terms of gameplay from Magic 2015.